Hey guys, 10th Gate here. So it's been a little while since I made a video, and now my royals are both at 40. There's the queen, there's the king. I stopped doing knives, and I wanted to move on to something I find more interesting, which is war attacks using the max royals at max TH10. And these strategies I've been playing with. So what we're looking at now is just a regular base. I'm playing up at Champ 2 level, so a lot of the bases are pretty tough. Here's the strat I've been using recently. So we got the queen walking on the side. I've got a rage usually reserved for her to try to clear one wing, and then I open up with a golem, some wall breakers, and the king and wizards on this side to try to clear the other wing. This one, the queen started going more towards the center, was not, just had to go with it. Usually I want her to go off towards the side a bit, but the idea being that once these two wings are cleared, and I got a clan castle full of bowlers as well, which I really tend to like. They go a long way for clearing up the base. Once the pathway to the juicy center is cleared, I'll drop my Valks. Heroes testing them, seeing where they'll go, because I really want them towards the middle there. And I save 2 rages freeze so that hopefully they can clear up the middle, as they're doing here. Sort of like a strike force. Now, depending on the base, this was a pretty tough base, really open concept. But it had the Inferno Towers and the crossbows in the middle, which meant I needed to get Valks to get in there. So this would be a sort of a strategy that I would use in war. And as you saw, I brought Earthquakes along for it. 1 freeze, 3 rages. So not the best, but 2 stars is pretty good. Usually I want to clean up as much as I can. I've been using the same strategy against TH11s as well to pretty decent effect. Doesn't have to be a ring base, but it's the same story. I'll always put the Archer Queen out of reach of the crossbows as long as possible, and try. See, I want to reach that Eagle Artillery as fast as possible, so I'm putting my hole there, knowing that the Archer Queen or bowlers will be able to hit the Town Hall at some point. I was forced to use her cooldown because she was taking way too much, but here comes my Golem to take up the crossbow fire. That's pretty much his whole purpose in the battle. The wizards to clear what they can, and then I unleash the Valkyries from the side there. Just as that Eagle Artillery start going off, I'm probably going to bust a freeze. Oh no, I put on those things. Once the Valks are in, I have all of my rages, and I basically cover the board with them and let them go to work. Rage my king. He takes down those things. And so you see this strat, even as max TH10, you can actually use it against TH11s pretty well. See the bowlers get down to Town Hall. Artilleries, a lot of these, the maxed Infernos and stuff, they all go down to it. And my queen is left standing still to clear up some extra points, and she goes through the last bits, no problem. You get a pretty high score, trying to get that 71% just for the points, for the loot bonus at this league. So anyways, today what we have is a war, and this is kind of where I want to go with my videos from now on, is show war attacks. So here I am as number 3 in my clan, and typically in this clan they attack 3 down, so my first attack was on 6. So let's go check that out really quickly. So here's the base I was presented, and of course I get to check it in advance, so I brought it up on the drawing board here. So here's the base. Let's see, we got that inner circle. He has his Infernos and his crossbows inside, so that island base, with the idea that I'm gonna, circle around the exterior. So I went with a similar strategy that I've been using, except instead of wizards I decided to bring bowlers, because they have a bit more range. So then the next thing is deciding where I'm going to attack, or where I'm going to drop my queen. Now if you look where his crossbows are, I'm probably going to drop my queen over here to avoid them as long as possible. He's got his clan castle here set up, so I know the radius is going to reach around there. I'm okay if I actually want the queen to grab those clan castle troops, because if it's a dragon or something, I don't know. She's one of the few things that can take it down. I'm going to use a rage on her to make sure she does it. Might have to use her cooldown, hoping not, but if I have to, I have to, that's okay. And so the idea here is that I'm going to use my Valkyries to go through the middle once the two sides have been cleared. So my Golem, I'm going to drop over here to take up some fire, hopefully from this one. Drop some bowlers around him to help clear this wing. And with the Queen, with the Queen clearing the left wing, and the bowlers and the Golem clearing this wing, my Valkyrie should have my Valkyrie and my King should have easy access to the center there. So let's go see how that attack went. I think I did all right on it. Anything 2 stars I'm pretty happy with. So yeah, here goes the war attack. War attacks, I really like them. It's sort of the new thing I'm getting into now, because you got the full clan castle and it's a bit more of a challenge. So here goes the Queen. I brought 6 wall breakers, 3 for each side, to get through that side and make sure the Golem penetrates deeply and picks up that crossbow fire. There's my bowlers. They're going to start clearing on that side. Here's the Queen. I bust a rage on her and her healers so that she'll stay alive a little longer. And here comes the clan castle troops as expected. Drop my poisons on them just to slow them down, because they can. I have seen clan castle troops take down a Queen with healers every now and then. In my clan castle, I bring the max bowlers. I really like them. I put a jump spell down in that midsection. I didn't, and here goes the Valkyrie going to work on the middle. I didn't bring the earthquakes this time because I feel that I need the poison spell, and the jump spell serves just as well with the Valkyrie if they're aimed well enough. So there the Valkyrie take out the center, the Queen's still up, the King's up. I still have my Queen's cooldown, which is great. I typically only need 2 rages to get those Valkyries right to the center, and I can use the third one on my Queen. So now, I'm just going for percentage, because a lot of time these war attacks, it comes down to a tie with percentages being given. At some point, I'd like to work up to 3-starring bases like this. This is a close to max, except for the walls. It's basically a max TH10 like myself. Although he hasn't upgraded his wizard's towers yet. But there's my Queen, used her cooldown, couple bowlers left. We'll see how she cleans up. She's pretty solid. You see, there's the big problem with my attack. I wasn't lucky and I didn't take out that Inferno Tower. If I had, it would have been a little bit better. And here I just deploy a couple of archers for these 2 ones that I eyeballed earlier on. And that gets me my 84%, which to me, I call that a pretty good attack. I didn't really think I'd get a 3-star except on a long shot. Maybe if I'd taken down the Inferno Tower, it would have been the 3-star. That could have been good. So there's a nice 84% for my team. So number 3 was my even, and the number 2 in our team actually went for it, and he scored 0 stars on it. And I'm not going to show the attack really, but he was using a bowler setup. Very similar to what I was using, except instead of Valkyries, he had bowlers. They didn't get to the center. It was a pretty nice attempt, but I could see from this base that we'd need to use something special. No, thank you. So let's go check it out. I got a picture of that base. Right about there. Okay. So here's the base. Looks good. So, like you can see, it's got this. A lot of people are doing this these days. They're really putting their TH right in the middle, hoping that everything gets distracted and can't get towards it. So the only thing to do, really, to hit that is to either hope your Queen touches it or just clear a huge swath of the base and then, put down something that can strike at it, like your Queen or your King once everything else is gone. So what I've seen these days is there's a few people using air ever since those air versus ground types of competitions that Supercell has been putting up. So anyways, I decided to go with an air attack. I've seen it, it's worked out well. So with air attacks, the whole thing is, I checked it out and I decided to go with air instead of, say, something like hogs, and I'm thinking of trying some hog attacks for this type of thing too. But because these crossbows were set to ground, and he had a sort of a nice four-pillar air defense structure going, I decided to go for air. Now the idea being with air that Let's give a nice green color here. The idea being that you send in your 2 lava hounds like that, and then you basically start from the center, 2 big walls of balloons going in, and they will basically strike through here, go down around the sides. They won't bother with the middle, which will leave all of the weapons on the entire side of it clear. And you bring minions or baby dragons and your heroes to basically get into the center. Lately, I've been doing a couple attacks like these. Before I show this, you know what? I'll show this attack right away. Actually, it's a decent attack. It worked. I probably wouldn't be making this video if it hadn't worked, right? So let's go see how it turned out here. I think I attacked from the bottom right side, yeah, and I did that because of the blowing machines. So I pull his CC, which is conveniently near the side, right? I brought a couple of archers. I should have mentioned this on my chalkboard. But I draw his CC troops to the side. I don't need the added distraction in it. And then I drop my CC. Let's pause it for a second. So look at my setup here. I brought a clan castle with a max dragon in it, some balloons. It was more about the dragon. That dragon is an excellent cleanup crew for the what's left behind from the balloons. So I like having him in my CC. I bring a lot of balloons, only 2 lava hounds, and some minions for cleanup. My spells: 4 rages, 1 heal, and a couple of poisons, which you can see I'm deploying already there. And I'm depending on that dragon to basically take those guys out along with the poisons. And the dragon does well. I knew what was in this clan castle, so now I drop my hounds already and I'm going in. I start from the center because I want those balloons to have a slight lead. They start going towards the side. I put down 2 rages already because I want these guys burning up those defenses ASAP. The guy has his trap set to air. Put the 2 next rages down. The balloons are clearing everything really well. The air blowing defense didn't do much to me. So now my dragon's nice and central, right where I want him. My king's down. I started him clearing from the side, and I let my minions in. So I'm holding my queen back. There she is, because I saw a couple buildings for her to go in. She's nice and aimed at that town hall. Still not sure she's going to make it because there's some stuff on the right and left. Next time I do this attack, I'll clear a little bit better, maybe with minions. So the dragon's facing down those skellies. The king's going down the flank. And here's the queen, distracted to the side from the king. This could have been bad because both the dragon and the queen could have just gone off to the right side there, and I might have never hit the town hall. But the dragon is a hero, goes for the town hall, and that's exactly why I bring the dragon, because he'll fly over all. The queen's nice and good, but she might get distracted to the side. It's good to have a dragon. In the future, I may even bring a couple less, 5 less loons, and an extra dragon as well of my own. But I like the CC dragon. He's good for clearing the enemy CC troops. And here's the queen just using her cooldown, trying to get as much points as I can down on this. She's basically was there to take out the town hall. On an air attack, sometimes you use the royalty for maybe clearing some sides or taking down a couple things, but it's all about the air troops. As long as you can get that town hall, you need something to take it down. So this, on a pretty much max TH10, he's even got the upgraded wizard towers there, 75%. I'm super happy with that. It's pretty good. I've got another similar attack here that I did, and I'll just pop it in there before we go into a live attack. Here's another ring base. I was doing this as practice. It wasn't quite the same because I had stuff in the middle, and this one I didn't worry about the CC troops. I just threw down the hounds, threw down my balloons in a big wall. This kind of like mass balloon thing works here. Use a couple of hastes just for the hell of it, and then I start unleashing the rage. It's a different type of strategy. I don't want my rages on the sides. I want to save them so that the balloons will actually go towards the middle, take out those inferno. There you go. And here's my clan castle troops coming in. It's the dragon, it's my heroes, all from the end, and with the minions, and I basically want them to start clearing up everything the balloons left behind. And you see they left behind a lot of stuff here. So there you have it. The rest is just cleanup. That dragon from my CC, he's great, He's basically a hero. This is where this is sort of where I discovered that with this dragon and this singular dragon with the loons can actually go quite a long way in cleanup. I don't really care for the baby dragons right now. Haven't played with them a lot. But, you know, here I stop it short here, 82% on this. I felt pretty good. It was a pretty maxed out base. And I think even the crossbows were set to air. So anyways, let's close up. I got my loons ready. I've got a dragon in the CC. Let's do one more version of that live and see how it goes. Actually, at Champs 2, you're basically sitting in the clouds a lot of the time these days at TH10, and you have to go for whatever pops up, really. I'm actually going to go for this one. Let's see. His crossbows are set to air. 2 of them are set to air. No good. I'm not going to do it. Not against an Eagle Artillery and TH11. It's kind of like pushing the limits. I don't have max troops in that. This one, crossbows set to air. 2 of them are at least, and I think I can deal with that. It's a TH10 only. Yeah, you know what? It's a pretty easy path to where I want to go there. Let's go for this one. Who knows if he's got something in there. So this one, I'm just going to actually drop my hound straight up. Start from the middle with these 2 guys. Two lengths of them. And then I will rage. And I'm going to save a rage for the center. I'm going to start my dragon in. And here's the rage in the middle. I'm actually going to combine it with a heal. I brought the heal for the ring bases because it's nice to let the loons go around the middle like that. And then I'm just going to, you know, the giant doesn't really matter here, so I'll just put him over there. Can't see any CC troops, so I'm not going to worry about it. Loons did a nice job destroying all those defenses. At this point, I probably could use my royalty up above, but, you know, they're going to have to plow through a bunch of, you know, here, let's just drop some of these right there, help them out. So yeah, the air attack on TH10s. This one, it doesn't look like we cleared quite enough to make this a 3-star. But it simulates the war attack pretty well. Take down that air defense, thank you, Queen. Now I'm just going to rage my king through here to take out these things really quickly. Maybe I can get down that crossbow with my queen. You can see this is a sort of a slower type of deal with the air. I'm used to these goblin knives that are so quick and furious, and they're over with very quickly. Not sure I'm going to get down that crossbow and stuff in time before they take out my heroes. There you go, those level 40 heroes doing what they can. In retrospect, next time I'll go in with my heroes from the top and not make them waste all that time. But there's that Champ League bonus, not bad loot. Only 3 stars, big deal. Anyway, so this is what I'm doing, guys. I'll be putting up more war attacks, different ideas I have and strategies. I'll try to perfect these. At some point I want to, you know, be doing 3-star attacks and stuff, but that's where we're at on the 10th Gate channel. So thanks for stopping by, and we'll see you next time. All right, peace.